What is good, my peoples? This is your cosmic homegirl, and I am doing a weekly forecast for all of us, for all signs, for the week that starts December 6th of 2020. So this is the cosmic weather, what the vibe is like, what the energy is. It's in the air for everybody. Just a reminder, I do have December 2020 horoscopes. Okay, available on my website for each sign. We do have an eclipse this month in December. We do have Jupiter and Saturn moving into Aquarius. There's a lot that's popping, especially the last half of the month. So if you want to know what that means for your sign, definitely check these out. And I do have 2021 horoscopes still available to order. Okay. So if you want to know and be ahead of the game about how 2021 is going to go, is it going to be crazy like this year for you personally? Okay. If are some people, some signs are more susceptible to having children's, getting married or engaged, having job changes that are major, career changes, promotions. Oh my gosh, like who is this? Who? So if you want to know if that's you, if that's your sign, I do recommend you ordering your rising sign. It's the most accurate. But even if you don't know your rising and you just know your sun sign, it's hella motherfucking accurate. Okay. So 2021 horoscopes are available on my website too. So it's indigomoonastrology.com on the horoscopes page. And I will of course post a link down below to where you guys can just click on it and go. Okay. Like, I updated my picture, you guys. I updated my picture on my website. The other one was like, I don't know, 5-6 years old or something. And I was probably like maybe 15 pounds lighter. Yeah, so it was just a little different version of me. Okay. And I'm actually much happier with how I look now. All right. Okay. And also, one other little quick announcement. A lot of people have been asking me about personal readings for a while. I did take a big hiatus because of job and personal obligations, and I do apologize for that. But I am going to be doing personal readings for just a short period of time this month. I'm bringing them back, and I'm only going to take on so many clients. If I already owe you a reading, I will be in contact with you directly. Okay. And I am accepting new clients and new orders for readings right now. I haven't decided on a cutoff date yet. We'll just see how things go. But I am only taking a select amount of readings. So if you would like a reading, go to my website, go to the rates of services page. And I'm only offering certain, I don't know why this is acting stupid, but ignore that. I am offering natal charts, synastry, love and romance readings, career, and solar return, and select personal transits, and that's it for right now. Okay, so only those readings. You'll see which ones have the PayPal button when you go on the mobile website. Those are the ones that I am offering at this time. So I'm excited to read for some of you guys. Some of you guys may be returning clients or new clients, but yeah, definitely hit me up if you would like a reading. Go to my website and we will be in touch. All right, and everything is right here. Okay, and under the reading, read everything please before you order. All right, so what's going on this week? Well, first of all, we do talk about the moon phases, and we do have the moon in Virgo from the 6th of December until the 8th of December. Moon in Virgo days. What do they mean? What do they bring? Well, there are days to where it's easier to focus in on work and just getting your life in order, whatever that means for you, whether that's in your personal life, whether that is if you work a job or something, you have a business. It's about being more focused on the practical stuff. You know what I mean? Like whether or not things match up, whether or not things add up. Okay, so like little managerial duties that you have to do. Getting your finances in order is good for any earth sign moon days. So that reminds me, I need to update some documents that have to do with one of my many jobs that I have. So yeah, moon and Virgo days will definitely remind you of what you've been slacking and lacking on, because Virgo energy is very like nitpicky also, and will point out your flaws like in a heartbeat. your own flaws and also the flaws of other people. So yeah, just keep that in mind, okay? And speaking of that, try not to be too hard on yourself about how you look on Moon and Virgo days. Now, the good thing about it is you can notice where maybe you've been slacking on your routines, like your exercise routines or your diet or something, and get back on track. Okay. But some people can like take the Virgo energy to the extreme to where you are looking at yourself in the mirror and like, oh my God, I'm ugly. Look at this flaw. Look at that flaw. Ugh, I disgust myself. So try not to take it there to where you're just like a harsh critic on your appearance. But Moon and Virgo days, yes, as I always mention, they're good for cleaning and organizing, alphabetizing, filing things away. You know, you start noticing messes a little more than usual and things of that nature. Okay, so the moon is in Virgo the 6th, also the 7th, and into the 8th of December. Okay, we do still have this aspect, you guys, of Venus trine Neptune that's still lingering. And as we have this, we also have we also have the sun forming a square to Neptune. Okay, so it's like we have Venus trine Neptune still hanging around. It's kind of trickling off because now Venus has advanced to like the like 20 degrees and beyond, and Neptune is at 18, and now we have the sun catching up in degree to the degree of Neptune, so they're aspecting each other as well. So what does this mean? There's a lot of Neptune energy in the air, which can be good and bad, and also Mercury is starting to form a square to Neptune as well. So there's a lot of Neptune energy. So the good thing is it does increase your imagination, your intuitive abilities, your creative and artistic abilities, your connection to music, to spirituality, to water, your empathy increases, stuff like that, right? The negative is you could be a total fucking space cadet, like not even paying attention to anything. Now, when these aspects are popping and the moon is in Virgo, the Virgo energy will help you to still get your life, okay? Even though the moon in Virgo will be opposing Neptune, I would say that's more like on the 7th of December. Yeah, like on December 7th. It could be into the 8th if you're in more of an eastern part of the world. Yeah, but we have a moon and Neptune opposition, so a lot of us might not be good for a damn thing on the 7th of December because of all this Neptune. Look at this. Well, Mercury isn't quite making its aspect yet. It's still kind of far away, but the sun is, Venus still is, then the moon is. Okay, so this just means that we need to work a little bit harder to stay focused and to pay attention. And especially if we do have work to do, or if anyone is in school, things like that. And also if you're a parent and you have kids, that are still school age and they're around you, especially like now a lot of people, their kids are like doing school from home, you may notice that when there's all this Neptune in the air, it's really harder to keep your kid on track as well, because they're affected by transits too, like everybody is from birth, even animals are. So when there's all this Neptune energy, you go into la la land a lot. We adults do it, and so you best believe the kids will be doing it too. So if it's harder to keep them on schedule, to get them up on time, to have them wake up with their alarms and not drag their asses, like that's all a part of Neptune transits too. Okay, so a lot of us may be experiencing that as being adults and like having to work and stuff. It's like, oh my God, like you can't wait to be done with your responsibilities for the day so you can just trail off into your own time zone and candy land in your mind. And maybe like for those who like to, have a little drinkity drink or a little smokety smoke, a lot of you guys may be like so eager to escape because Neptune rules escapism. And, whatever you do to escape, that's what you may want to do. Some people may want to just be like, oh my God, I just want to kick back and just watch dive into some movies or binge watch some TV shows or something. People have been giving me some pretty dope suggestions lately of like Netflix stuff, and I'm like, oh my God, I've had so much work to do that I'm just like, I can't wait until I have a little break so I can dive into like the new Selena series on Netflix. Let me know if anybody has watched it. I've seen mixed reviews. People are complaining that the actress doesn't even look like her, doesn't act like her, and everybody's still stuck on J-Lo's performance in the movie in 95 or 96? In the 90s, the Selena movie. But even back then, people didn't even like J-Lo playing her at first. But now that it's marinated for some years, everybody praises it, So now they're comparing the series to the movie. And this is just stuff that I've read. I haven't seen it yet. But if any of you guys have seen it and it's good, let me know. I need to hop back on Lucifer. Yes, my bae, Lucifer. He's a Scorpio too. But anyway, if you guys have any other good binge watching Neptunian Neptune transit suggestions, let your homegirl know. And some people may be more into like their music right now too, especially anything that's very melodic and soothing type of music to where you just feel like you're floating on every note. You know what I'm saying? And also intuition and empathy with Neptune. And then we are in between eclipses, you guys. The portals are open. I always say this. I hate being repetitive, but it's true. Like the time around eclipses, the portal is open. People are leaving and people are exiting and people are entering your life. And if you notice around you, you look at headlines, you look at social media, you pay attention to people, you're in your close circle, what they're talking about to you. You'll notice that the time around eclipses, there's a lot of births and deaths and announcement. Yeah, like oh my gosh. Let's see. What house is this stuff in for her? Is it the 5th? A Libra rising. No. Oh, okay. Anyway, I was trying to do a little astrological math here. No, one of my homegirls who is a Scorpio with a Libra rising. What's her moon? Aries. Okay. Anyway, but yeah, a pregnancy announcement. I don't know if she listens to my horoscopes, but if she does and she knows who she is, and congratulations again. Pregnancy announcements, birth announcements, unfortunately death announcements. I've seen a couple of those already. It's like, so sad. People changing directions in their careers. I've seen headlines about that. I'm retiring from this, and I'm now moving into this type of business. Like those major life decisions they usually come around eclipses. Okay. And it's before the eclipses and also like, several months after, but especially when we are between them, it is like we're floating in this weird, I don't know, this weird time zone, time warp. It's like a warp, to where it feels like a Neptune transit within itself to be in between eclipses every time we are. And then on top of that, we do have Neptune transits that are quite heavy, and this upcoming eclipse next week on the 14th of December in Sag, it is making an aspect to Neptune. So there's all this floaty energy in the air right now. So if you feel extra sensitive, if you feel a little off, then that's why. And it's like, yo, don't you wish you could tell your employers like, okay, listen, we're between eclipses, there's Neptune transits, like give me a motherfucking break, okay? I'm not all here. I'm tired. I'm crying over nothing. Like I swear I'm not incompetent. It's just the transits, it'll pass. Like get off my ass. When I would work like regular, like super corporate-y jobs, and I was studying astrology and practicing astrology at the same time, it was hard to navigate between the two worlds, you guys. Like I was so aware of the transits and of everybody's charts around me and how we're all affected by energies, and I just wanted to talk so openly about it and tell my fucking Capricorn, Virgo, stubborn, earth sign headed asses, like bosses. I wanted to tell them so badly, look, there's a heavy Neptune transit right now. I swear I'm not a fucking idiot. Like, just stop staring at me with one eyebrow raised and your arms folded like I'm stupid. Like, I wanted to say things so badly, but yeah, and even at the job before that, all my bosses had Virgo. There's always Virgo something with bosses, right? Like the earth sign something, but I usually find it's Virgo and Cap. Virgos like to manage people and pick at everything they do, and then Cap likes to boss people around and tell them that they're idiots, you know. Like Taurus is more chill. I've never really had a Taurus boss that I am aware of. Taurus is too chill. We just want things to be easy peasy and just collect that coin, you know. But anyway, it's like I wish I could tell them, if you guys feel me on this and you're like still working a regular job and it's hard to navigate right now, right? Just like comment below. Let us know. Let us know that we're all not alone and we're not stupid, okay? But anyway, yeah, so the time between eclipses is very sensitive. It's very sensitive, very touchy. There's a lot of things that come to the surface that have like been hidden away for a while by us or by life, you know. And then eclipses I compare to like earthquakes. They're like energetic earthquakes that happen, and you know, through the cracks of the earthquakes can seep out like all this magical stuff, you know, that it's like, whoa, I didn't realize this before. Or you know, and people can appear like in your life that are really impactful, and then people can fall through the cracks and fall out of your life. For some people that is breakups and divorces, or you know, cutting people off in friendships and business matters and stuff, you know. Like people enter and people exit with eclipses, you know, and eclipses take things to the next level. So if you have a job and you know you're sturdy there, it can take that job to the next level. If you're in a relationship and you know there's a very strong tie and bond and everything, it can take that to a higher level too. It's not just all like scary shit and people dying. But it is a weird energy, you know. And those of us who are very empathic, and I'm not saying I'm a special snowflake empath and twirling and twiddling around in a tutu like I am an empath, I am special. Like, no, it's not. Like I've said this before, I'm sure you guys have heard me say this before, it's not fun being an empath. It's nothing that I feel like is something to brag about personally, because feeling other people's pain and like getting a stabbing pain in your heart and in your chest and just welling up with tears in your eyes all of a sudden out of nowhere and not knowing why, like, and knowing it's not yours, it's someone else's, and then figuring out who is it, who's going through something, like, that's not fun. It isn't fun. Or if you are really emotionally connected to someone or connected on a soul level to somebody and you feel their fucking pain, like it's nothing that's fun. It's nothing to brag about in a fun way. Like, it is cool. You don't get me wrong. It's like this crazy phenomenon, you know what I mean? That not everybody gets to experience, but it's still like it's painful being an empath, you know? And then looking at all these headlines of people dying and all this crazy stuff that surrounds eclipses, and just feeling everybody's pain and sorrow, you know, taking everything to heart. Like, come on now, dog. Come on, man, in my boosy voice. Like, why would you want to brag about that? Anyway, but for those of us who are empathic, highly empathic, we're very sensitive everybody is, but like we're extra sensitive right now. And so, yeah, if you are feeling like, if somebody crosses your mind and you feel like, and you feel some type of feelings like they might be going through something, you're probably right. And maybe you should check on them. I have already had some instances where I've thought about people, not in that way of a worried way or they're going through some things. It's like so-and-so crosses my mind, you know, and I have a little memory, and then the thought goes away. And then it's like within an hour, that person is messaging me or something. I've already had that happen between eclipses. During this time, I mean, currently. And that's already happened a couple times. And it's that part is really dope. Like, I don't mind bragging about that as an empath, you know, like you feel the waves of someone thinking about you or vice versa. It's like they hear you. Neptune, it rules telepathy and nonverbal communication. So, you know, it like the waves of our thoughts and stuff, when we're thinking about people and talking about them, they are hearing us with Neptune transits. Okay, they are. Even if it's a square, it's a negative aspect, who gives a fuck? It's still Neptune being activated. Okay, so yeah, if you are thinking about people, they might be thinking about you too at the same time, or they'll hear and feel you thinking about them, and some of them may act upon it, you know, or you may do that. And that part is pretty cool, I have to admit. So, what else is lingering this week? Yeah, so the time between eclipses, very sensitive. We're very sensitive creatures at this time, aren't we, you guys? But just know also, eclipses, you know how they talk about like the power of manifestation and the law of attraction, all that stuff, especially an eclipse in Sagittarius, which Sag energy is a firm believer in whatever they want to manifest. They just have so much faith, and they usually do. And they appear to be quote unquote lucky. They're ruled by lucky Jupiter, the planet of luck, you know? So it's not just that Jupiter hands them everything. They're rewarded for their faith in things and always keeping positive thoughts aimed at what they want and getting it because of that vibration that they send out. So that's why, like, this eclipse especially that's coming up, and all this crazy psychic, intuitive, empathic energy in the air, be careful of what you say right now and your thoughts. And I hate to sound like one of those like annoying ass gurus that, you know, are just overly happy and tell you everything is so easy to do and manifest. But I hope I never sound like one of those fools. But just to be honest, from someone who's very real and down to earth, yeah, during this time, your thoughts become things, man. Just be careful what you say, be careful what you think about, and who you talk about and what you say, because this is a time of karma too, eclipses. I saw something right before I hopped on here that was like, so-and-so, you know, had to delete their Twitter because they were talking, like, people dug up old tweets of them talking smack about all these people. And it's like, and they're old tweets, and right now this person's doing real good and popular and stuff, you know? So their past was dug up. Yeah, eclipses will dig up your past like a man, and whether it's good or bad. And so, you know, if it's the past, whether it's the past or the present, or you're talking about the future, be careful what you're saying right now, okay? And if you really want some good things to happen, just keep that energy aimed out there, like good energy aimed out there. And don't don't wish anything bad, you know what I mean? Don't like talk about negative stuff that, you know, oh yeah, blah blah, this could happen, and then what if this happens, and what if this happens, like bad stuff. Just don't do it around this time, okay? Because the universe may slap you in the face and say, what did the five fingers say to the face? Or like punch you with wearing a unity ring. Unity. If you know where that's from, let me know so I don't feel like such a clown by myself. Okay, so moving ahead, you guys, sorry for the big ass speech, but eclipse time is no joke. It's heavy. Like, it took me a minute to actually hop on here because I did get a wave of emotion that I know was not mine, and I had to just calm it down and try to figure it out. And oh my god, it's crazy. It's a crazy time for us intuitives. But yeah, we do have on the 8th the moon moving into Libra, and this is until the 10th. So moon and Libra days are, you know, they're pretty chill. Like, if you have a boo, you'll want to be extra booed, okay? If you don't, you'll still want to be extra booed. You'll be craving attention from someone romantically. You will not like being alone, or maybe you just feel like talking to people. and giving them compliments and flirting and receiving compliments back, just because this is Venus ruled energy, which likes things to be pleasant and happy and beautiful. Oh my god, I love your sweater, where'd you get it? Yeah, that's Libra all day. So it's that type of a vibe. Libra energy is ruled by Venus, so yeah, Libra's into art and design and fashion and all that. So I mean, a lot of us are locked down right now. I'm not locked down like some other countries are. Like, I have friends in other countries and they are locked down, locked motherfucking down for real. But we just have more restrictions where I'm at, which, you know, do what you gotta do, universe, okay, to get this shit over with. But my point is, a lot of us are forced to be inside and just online all day. So you may find yourself during these Moon and Libra days just admiring a lot of fashion and art and design and stuff, especially because we have all these Neptune aspects popping, you know, and Neptune rules art to some degree. So if you guys do have a boo, you know, lucky you. This Libra moon energy will make you super extra cozy with them, maybe more attached to them. Maybe you guys are trying to do some things together, you know, and be all cute and annoying, okay, posting more selfies about how in love you guys are. Oh my god. So yeah, those are Moon and Libra days. You maybe focus more on your looks and posting selfies of yourself because you're looking good, extra good, okay? We do have on the 9th the Sun square Neptune. This is when that aspect is exact. Let's go back a little in time, a little bit. So yeah, the Sun square Neptune. Okay, so it's like in the middle of the day in the US, and then it's like at night elsewhere. But regardless, it's still on the 9th, Sun square Neptune. So yeah, this can be very, very sensitive energy, but it can also make you very out of touch with reality. And then Mercury is still building up his aspect, his square to he's building up his square to Neptune, which won't be exact for a few days, but still, like, it's still active. So the Sun square Neptune exact, yeah, you could be in la land, like for real, like in the land of the lost is where your mind is gonna be. Oh my gosh. So yeah, hopefully a lot of you guys are chilling and maybe have vacation time or something, because this time is like, man, it's really hard to focus. It really is, on your practical world. And Neptune energy makes us sleepy and tired also. It makes us more sleepy. So if any of you guys find yourselves, especially on the 9th exactly, being extra tired, sleeping in, wanting to take naps, it's hard to, you know, get up, even if you have 5,000 alarms popping off all annoying on your phone, it's still going to be hard to wake up. Okay, you may need extra coffee or tea or whatever you take that's caffeinated or that gives you a little, you know, go juice or whatever. You're gonna need it on the 9th especially. And Sun square Neptune, you know what? Also, with all these Neptune aspects, especially the squares, mutable energy, I always tell you guys, immutable signs can get mad at me all you want, okay? But I have to keep it real about all the energies. Mutable signs are tricky. Mutable signs are associated with theft and deception and stuff, unfortunately. So when we have, we've got Mercury, we've got the Sun, and also absent on planetwatcher.com. Hello, fix your website, peepo. But we have the South Node, you know, all in Sag, and then we have, and they're aspecting Neptune, Pisces, another mutable sign, tricky, deceiving sign, and then Gemini, the ultimate trickster, deceiver, you know, jokester. The North Node is here, and Sag energy is jokester, trickster, prankster energy too, you know, and tries to just skip off and avoid like accountability a lot of times. So unfortunately we have all this mutable energy in the air. Be careful. I think I mentioned this in the monthly already, so go peep the monthly December video if you can. Be careful, you guys. Make sure you lock up everything. Make sure you take extra precautions with your vehicles, with your homes, with all your belongings, because 'tis the season for motherfuckers to be robbing and stealing, okay? It's just like that already because this is shopping season. at least in the Western world. But all this mutable energy makes people, and especially the aspects to Neptune, makes people like rubbing their hands together. What can I plot and scheme on? What can I steal? It just brings that out of people, and it's just so sickening. Like not like sickening, like the term that they use it for now, which is like something is beautiful or something. No, it's like disgusting how people act like this. But yeah, just lock up your stuff, man. And Neptune transits that are harsh, especially, can make you very forgetful of practical things like locking up your house, your vehicle, protection. Neptune dissolves boundaries. So that could be you dissolving the boundary unintentionally by being a space cadet between other people and your stuff, by forgetting to lock it up and secure it, or other people just not seeing the boundary between themselves and your belongings or you. Okay, so just be careful, you guys. Be careful this month. I don't like to fear monger, but just honestly, it's the truth. It's reality. Okay. And be careful of people acting shady and weird and trying to give you sob stories over some bullshit to try to get like money out of you. And I know this is a season too where people will play upon others' sympathy and be like, oh, it's the holidays. Oh, you got to be giving and all this stuff. And they will try to play you as far as like acting like they really need help. And really they don't. They're just scheming, It brings that out of people this time of year too. Aspects to Neptune will do that. Okay, so just beware of not just theft, but just people just acting shady, okay, and trying to fool you with stuff. So we do have the moon in Scorpio starting on the 10th of December. The moon moves into Scorpio. It's like later in the day, so for some of you guys, it ends up being into the 11th. But where I'm at is the 10th through the 12th. The moon is in Scorpio. Moon in Scorpio days, your inner vampire comes out. We're less sociable. We're more discerning. We're more, we have this moon in Scorpio energy will help us to be a little bit more like sharp and discerning when it comes to other people and suspicious of them. Like, what's your motive? Who are you? If motherfuckers are lurking in the bushes, that Scorpio moon will make us have that keen eye to be able to be like, aha, like, because you can see what's hidden. It's even in the darkness, you could see what's hidden in the shadows, with Scorpio energy in the air. We still have Venus hanging out in Scorpio for a minute. But she's got a discerning eyeball also, but like Venus is not, she's more like love and money and stuff, but the moon, it can change like our vision and our perceptions of things and our inner thoughts, so they become more scorpionic. And so, yeah, we can notice people acting shady and call them out on it under a moon transit like this. But yeah, these days we can be a little more brooding and moody and, like either hide our emotions or they can just explode with us like having held them in forever. And then all of a sudden they come out flooding in a rage. What else is moon in Scorpio days? Yeah, people are just a little bit more introverted in their energy, even though we have all this extroverted fire popping, Mars and fire, Sun and Mercury. The moon in Scorpio will kind of change the vibe a little bit to be a little more, quiet, in our heads and our thoughts, wearing our trench coat and our sunglasses and our hats and stuff, like hiding our identities and tiptoeing around, like in those really old school cartoons. Do you remember when they would have like robbers and detectives and stuff? The detectives especially, they always wore like a trench coat and a hat and sunglasses. Yeah, that's Scorpio days. Scorpio moon days right there. Your attire may include more black and even more black and even more black, okay, or reds and burgundies too, and maybe some metal, some chains, some slashes, some lace, hello, stuff like that. Okay, some harnesses. Ooh, child. Anyway, Moon and Scorpio days are a little more emotionally intense, and you do have your little inner, what's it called? Your little inner lie detector, your little inner bullshit radar is like sharp, honey. Okay. So don't let anybody try to put anything past you. I think it's good we have the moon in Scorpio while we have all this Neptune crap in the air. So on the 12th, we have the moon moving into Sagittarius. So we are building up to this new moon in Sag. It's happening on the morning, or I think it's like the morning or like late morning or afternoon or something of the 14th. I'm only covering through the 13th right now, but the moon moving into Sag, we're moving even further into the new moon phase, into the eclipse phase. So most definitely utilize this energy. Sagittarius is very optimistic, happy-go-lucky, has a lot of faith and belief and optimism and all of that. So like use this energy as soon as the moon steps into Sag to like, you know, hone in on that within yourself. And even if you feel like it's corny, like write affirmations and say them out loud, and you know, practice more gratitude. Like, I know I feel corny as hell even saying that, but it's true though, with Sag energy and an eclipse within it. If you want some things to happen, hey, you know, this makes me think of that Ariana Grande song Just Like Magic on her new album. Some people might think that it's cheesy, but I actually like that song because, you know, I try to be a magical motherfucker, okay? But so I'm like, hey, this is my jam. But no, like she talks about it, like writing affirmations and stuff. I mean, that's literally, and she talks about it, okay? Like all the things that we do over here in these parts, she sings about it, and it's cute. So, Moon and Sag days are definitely ones to believe. Just try to believe in whatever it is that you want to happen that's good, that you want an extreme change and shift in your life with. They are party days, you know, and this is late at night on a Saturday that the moon goes into Sag. So if you are allowed to party where you're at, that may be more of the vibe. You'll snap out of it as soon as the moon shifts out of Scorpio. You'll snap out of it and be like, ooh, you know what, all of a sudden I want to go out and get a bear, or I want to go out dancing. I got to be around all the flashing color lights, if that's allowed. I keep having to say that, like, oh, it's so sad how our world is now. But I'm gonna take a look at 2021, and I'm gonna do a video on 2021 in general and look at, you know, what the transits say as far as like all the lockdown and social distancing stuff too. But yeah, so if you want to know what the Sag eclipse it's building up is going to do for you, definitely check out your horoscope, monthly horoscope. Where'd it go? Check out your monthly horoscope here on my website. Okay. And I go into what the eclipse is going to be doing for you. And don't forget the yearlies to know what this full on eclipse cycle is like. What's the overall theme of it? Okay. But yeah, so the moon goes into Sag on the 12th. The next day we have Mercury squaring Neptune. Exactly. It's more like earlier in that day. Okay. Yeah, Mercury square Neptune. Yeah, it's like super early when it's like exact. Okay, so Mercury square Neptune, and then the sun is still square Neptune. So once again, this can be like being lost, feeling lost, and literally getting lost with Mercury square Neptune, because Mercury is like our logical thinking and our sense of direction and stuff. So if Mercury rules driving, so if you're driving, or even if you're like riding public transportation or something, you can like zone out and then forget where your stop is and not even hear the announcement of your stop. Or if you're driving, yeah, you can miss your turns and your exits, and it's just annoying. You can really end up in some like going in some dumbass circles, you know. Trust me, I've been there. Probably almost every Mercury Neptune transit I go through that because I'm a Pisces moon, And we're naturally like that. So yeah, it makes you feel hella stupid. But yeah, Mercury square Neptune. Okay. This is another challenging aspect in order to be able to really see the truth, and where people will try to deceive you. People will talk up a good game, especially being in Sagittarius. Sag energy, Mercury and Sag can talk up a good game. Oh yeah, this is gonna be great. Yeah. And like in that moment they mean it, but once the moment passes, poof, whatever that great thing was is gone. They're off. They have trotted off to something else, you know, and you're left hanging on the edge of your seat waiting for whatever great thing they talked about. And they have just, what? Nah, it's gone to them. Okay. And then the square to Neptune can really make things foggy and confusing and just, yeah. So just be careful of the things that people say and promise, especially around the 13th and on the 13th, because it could be more than people can actually deliver. And maybe they might not be purposely deceiving you. They might mean what they say in the moment. But yeah, like I said, the moment just woof, Neptune erases it away, and Sag energy makes it run off to something else. So Mercury square Neptune, what else? Well, even though it's a square, which is a negative aspect, it still can activate some telepathy and some thinking about people. And then it's like they hear your thoughts and then they hit you up, you know, or vice versa. It does still enhance creativity and imagination too. And yes, connection to movies, music, water, you know, all the good Neptune stuff. So that's it, you guys. That is the week of December 6th through the 13th. Thank you so much for listening. Don't forget to purchase your horoscopes. Don't forget, I am open for personal readings only for a select amount of time. Okay, so definitely hit my website for all of the above. And don't forget to peep the December monthly video if you want to look a little bit further ahead instead of waiting for the week to week horoscopes. And also don't forget to follow me on Instagrams for more goofy astrology stuff, as well as more horoscope insights I try to give on there too. And shameless selfies. Hey, whatevs. All right, you guys, take care, and I'll see you guys next week. All right, peace.